him up.
Okay, copy that.
Okay, my camera is running low on battery, so I'm going to try and buzz through this. The Spider-Man Homecoming's after credit scenes. Everybody loves these Marvel after credit scenes because they always tease what's to come next. And here I was thinking we might get something for Ragnarok or Infinity War, but being this a smaller story, which I've mentioned in my reviews, which you can see here. Hopefully I'll put like an annotation here. Anyway, the best thing about this is it's a smaller after credit scene, and it's basically Michael Keaton's Vulture, and this guy comes up to him in prison. He's like, "Hey, I know you know who." Rumor says you know who the Spider-Man is, and this is Matt Gargan, played by Voss from from Far Cry 3. And he's like, "I know a few guys who want to take a few pictures of him, maybe cut his throat. I got a few guys on the outside who want to get together and take him down." And he's like, Michael Keaton's like, "Take it from me, if I knew who he was, I'd take care of myself." Which shows Michael Keaton has a personal vendetta, but he's also respecting Peter for saving his life and for helping his daughter. So he's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to spoil his identity here. But what I'm getting from Matt Gargan, the Scorpion, coming up to the Vulture and saying this guy's on the outside, holy shit, we might be getting Sinister Six. And I know Sony has struggled with the idea of Sinister Six for years, so it would be great to get, maybe not the next movie, maybe set up another villain in the next movie, but in a third and final, to wrap up a trilogy, if you wanted to make a Homecoming trilogy, it would be great to have him fight the Sinister Six, which would be a combination of all the villains we've seen this far. So we get the Shocker in there, we get Scorpion, who's been set up now, we got the Tinkerer building his weapons, and we can have the Vulture, which would be awesome. Maybe if you add Doc Ock in there, if you want to remake him, or get the Rhino, that would be pretty sweet as well. Or, there's one other way to interpret the scene, and it might just be my silly idea, but he mentions taking pictures, which could be a nod to the Daily Bugle. Now, hear me out, this is a bit far-fetched, but hear me out. The Daily Bugle hates Spider-Man, and have paid for people on the outside to try and kill him on numerous occasions, including the Spider Slayers, which J. Jonah Jameson, the man who runs the Daily Bugle, his wife is a lead scientist, and I don't know why I have a clip, but maybe the term take a few pictures and maybe cut his throat is a reference to the Bugle trying to take him out, and doing that with the Spider Slayers. And this is just really tying it in for no reason other than, in the comics, Matt Gargan, the Scorpion, his new upgraded suit comes courtesy of the Spider Slayers, Alistair Smythe. And this is the final one, this is the final bit. In an even newer story, in Superior Spider-Man, the Vulture is given a new suit by Alistair Smythe, the Spider Slayer. And I know this is just a stupid term. The first Spider-Man comic I read had the Scorpion in the Spider Slayer suit taking on Peter Parker, so that's why I'd love to see that. But that's just another interpretation. It's definitely not that. It's almost certainly Sinister Six, but I'm just holding out for that one. And now there's one other cameo / after credit scene, and it's so stupid, but I kind of love it. And throughout the whole movie, we get these Captain America things that's like, hey, you should eat right, and I hear you're in detention now. It's real funny and real good. But at the very end, it's another one of those cheesy videos with Captain America, and he's like, patience is the main thing. You will be, sometimes you're not rewarded for your patience, for waiting. It comes at the very end, after you've waited through 10 minutes of trailers. It's just Captain America being like, yeah, good for you for being patient. And you get nothing else. And it's kind of a fuck you and a WTF. It's like, ha, you nerds fucking waited for this. It's one of the few times Marvel's trolled us, apart from like Howard the Duck or Thanos doing, fine, I'll do it myself. It's just, it's funny. I laughed at it even though it's really annoying. I'm going to see Homecoming again in a few days, and I'm not waiting for that after credit scene. I'll spoil it for the first and next week, because I'm not waiting again just for Captain America to be like, ha, fucking idiot. And actually seeing that kind of makes me happy that he lost Civil War. He kind of lost Civil War. I was on Iron Man. I was on his side going in, but I'm on Iron Man's side now. Anyway, that has been the after credit scenes. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll move on to something other than Spider-Man. I realize my last 3 videos have been Spider-Man related. Maybe we'll do something new next, who knows. But I've been Jack for Unheroic Nerds. Thanks for watching, and stay classy.